check-in. Let's see. Hello, Mrs. G. Not got LPG. That's fine. No pets, unfortunately. Fuel type. Ooh, get to go an hour earlier. Of course, it's that one. Please take your hanger. Bon voyage. And that is it. AMPR. So it tells you, it knows your number and it number plate and it knows your booking. And if it can, it offers you whether you want a cheaper booking or not. I chose an hour earlier. I could have gone 2 hours earlier, but then they wanted an extra £58 off me.
1920 as well.
Yep, I got the 1921.
So it's T3, your crossing detail.
Yeah, crossing detail T3.
Yeah, baby.
Going France, babe!
Oh, yeah.
We're just a little bit excited. So I'm going to have a mooch round duty free, because why wouldn't you? We've got, it's £3.55, and that is £17.20, so I've got 3 and a bit hours. That'll do fine. No, £19.20, not £17.20. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Go in and grab a coffee. We'll grab a coffee in here, and then go in and mooch the duty free, and get a chance to have a bit of a worky sesh before we get going, because it just never stops, you know. Got one important thing I need to do before we get going. That's put my little magnet on the back of the van. Let's go do it. So it needs to be on this side, because this is the side that the French drivers sit on. Yeah. Get it straight. There we go. Proper job. So it's funny so far. I've got to be careful with the camera on the front. I don't want to go through security with it all on. So we go through English passport control, straight through. Go through the customsy bit, and they're like, we need to check you haven't... Have you got gas? No. Oh, we need to check you've not got gas. Okay. They say, right, pull over there, we need to double check. So John gets pulled as well, so we both go over. John had to open his side door. Guy comes up to me and goes, have you got any gas? I said, no, it's all on electric in here. He goes, cool, follow that guy out. So their version of checking was to just have someone else ask me the same question. So now we're at the control for the vehicle check-in before we get in the 5th queue while we're here. And this is the bit where they normally check that if you've got gas, it's turned off. And John's just been on the radio to tell me that there's a car in front of him that's loaded up to the gunnels with English board games and Union Jacks and all this kind of thing. So I think they're having a look through there to see what's going on. But it is strange.
You have to stop some random people in now and again to make the people with the VIP lanes feel better.
Maybe you got to get something out of your ticket.
Apart from your big posh building, they'll probably get a free croissant that's been about 5 days old.
Apparently it's got really good coffee in there.
I'll have to try it once just for shits and giggles.
And this is why we love having radios. Anyway, I'm just going to enjoy my queue. So yeah, hopefully not too long. It is 6:15. We're due on at 7:20. So they're getting us through a little bit early. Normally you get a little bit of signal, or enough signal under the sea, which I still find the weirdest thing ever. However, we've got a video chat booked with our daughter at 6:30. So let's hope we're not going in under the sea at this point. I'd like to stay in this queue for a decent amount of time, I think, and see how it gets on. Oh, have you seen that? Now that is how you build a smoker or a pizza oven or everything. That is amazing. And it's on the back of a Sprinter. So it's proper stop and engine off jobby now. We're at the, I think we're 3 cars back from the front of the queue. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else gets this. I do say this a lot. So I start sentences off with, I don't know if anybody else gets this, but sometimes I feel weird that there's something that I do. And I do wonder if other people do it too. So, can't wait to get to France. I know I love French food. I love French snacks. I know I can get nearly everything that I want from there. I've got a big bottle of juice in the van because I am particular about that. I don't mind the French stuff, but they do like a syrup instead of a juice. And for me, it's just a little bit weird. Although they do a minted lime, like a syrup, and it tastes like a mojito, and it's amazing. So I'll be getting some of that. But leaving the UK, I'm like in the duty free and what have you there, and I'm like, oh, there's digestive biscuits. I don't know if you can get them in France. We better get some. And John is just laughing his head off. It's like, we know we like the food in France, and it's like, but we stocked up at cheese from the Great British Cheese Store when we were at Peterborough, and we've only got 1 packet of digestives and 4 massive blocks of cheese. What if we run out of digestives? And John's like, well, we can eat cheese in other ways, you know. So yeah, so I don't know if anybody else gets that problem as well. So let me know if you do. Is it just like sudden panic to make sure you don't run out of typically British things when you go away, even though you know you like all the stuff when you get there? Just need an off switch for my head. Right, we're here. This is weird for me. I have driven loads on the other side of the road, on the right side of a car. We have towed for years. We towed caravans all the way around France. We've obviously been in the motorhome loads and the van before that. John did do most of the driving, but I have driven a lot over here, so I am confident. However, this is the first time I have driven without John in the van with me to help me see where I'm going and things. Normally you'll be like making sure things are clear.
In 500 metres, keep left to continue on Avenue de France.
And it's the first time that, it's France! And it's the first time that I have driven in a vehicle by myself in a foreign country. So yeah,
Keep
all the good
left
things.
to continue on Avenue de France.
And the real good thing about it all is that the radios have gone flat. So I'm not going to say that I am the one who was saying that we should have charged them last night, and John's like, don't worry about it.
In 500 metres, keep right at the fork to continue towards A16.
And John was like, don't worry about it, there's 2 bars left, it'll be fine. They're flat, so we can't talk either. So I'm just going to take it as one of those things. It is 31 minutes to our park up in Dunkirk. So
keep right at the fork.
See you when we get there. Bienvenue. Is it en France or la France? Welcome to France. Water, as usual. And peaceful. And of course, a water body full of baguettes. No stereotyping from me, it's doing it itself. All I can see are these paths. And you know what that means if they're like this and we're stopping here overnight. Bream, brochette, carp, gardon, perche and rotting are the fish in here. But I will not be fishing. Hopefully, John and I can go for a nice cycle in the morning. So we've got, obviously we've got to do what we normally do and go to the Auchan at Grand Cinth and get goodies. And while we're there, we're going to hit up the Buffalo Grill because we've not had a steak for ages and that's our little treat to ourselves. Which obviously means we're not getting there first thing in the morning because nobody wants a steak at 10 o'clock in the morning. Do they, John?
No, you're right. Maybe 10:30.
Maybe 10:30. So we can go for a bike ride anyway, beforehand. Earn the steak, you know? This will be a nice park up though. How quiet is this? Apart from me. Oh, good morning from France. You know, I have spoken to people before and they're just like, oh, you know, it doesn't matter where you work. If you're working, it's not good. So, I am working in France. There's a guy fishing and all I can hear is birds and the occasional car that comes over from there. And I can hear there's a noisy YouTuber parked next door to me who's recording something right now. So that's it as far as my sound is concerned. Am I happier waking up this morning and having to work in France? Yes. Yes, I am. Because it's beautiful here. And I can't wait to get to a point because it's still quite early. I can't see my Alexa speaker from where I'm sat. So what time is it? It is 8:20. So yeah, it's not too bad. I've got a little bit of time to kill before it's eating steak not for breakfast time. Because it's tradition, don't you know? Every time I go to Barcelona, I have to go down to the harbour and there's a Tala de Tapa that's right on the water's edge, on the pier. And I go there, normally with my friends. John's not a massive tapas fan, but if he did come with me, he'd have to go there. And I have a jug, we share a jug, of champagne sangria and have some tapas while sat at the water's edge. That is the first thing that we eat in Barcelona. And it just always has been. And some people might think that that's a little bit boring, but that's it then. That kicks off the holiday with somewhere that you know has been good. Good value, good food, good experience in all sat there watching all the ferries coming in and you're in Barcelona and it's amazing. And that's the way you do it. And then after that, we go and find new things to do, you know. But yeah, so going to Ocean to get lots of good French goodies, and then hitting up Buffalo Grill for a steak. Sounds like a perfect start to today. I think we've got somewhere picked that's about half an hour, 45 minutes away from here, and it's like a museum, and it looks amazing, but it's there's a little park up 10 minutes down the road from there, so depending on how long we are here, we might stay there tonight and then go to the museum in the morning and then crack on to a different destination then and see. But I'm going to see how long this slow travelling, not doing loads and loads of miles and things, sits with John before his little head explodes. Because you know what it's like, he loves his running off and finding adventure. I'm just going to find it a little bit slower. So I do hope that he manages to slow down a little bit. I think he needs a bit of a rest. And then he can just spend some days just zooming off and going finding things fun to do while I mooch around little French villages and speak terrible, terrible French. So for a drive on our first morning in France, off to Ocean, and you can see what we buy in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one of our first tentative steps into France and getting through the tunnel and all that entails. So thank you so much for watching. You know I appreciate every single view and every single like and comment, and I love getting to chat with you in the comments section. So please, please keep that up because I really do enjoy it. But take care. Hope everyone is having a good time, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.